Hey there, welcome back to the Roadmap to App Q&A series. If you're just tuning in, we've put together the top 10 most asked questions from our clients or potential clients, and we've done a short video to address each one. And today we're on question 9. Now, question 9, we usually get this question from someone who has attempted to do everything on their own in terms of, getting an idea for an app, hopping straight into getting it designed and developed. And now their app is sitting in the app stores, the Google Play and the Apple Store, and no one is downloading it except for maybe, a handful of friends and family. And so they come to us and say, how do I launch this app? How do I get people to download it? Usually we're asked that question because we launched an app back in 2017. In case you don't know our story, we launched our mobile app. Our goal was about 20,000 downloads in the first couple of months. We tripled that goal and got to almost 60,000 downloads. And to date, we have over 400,000 downloads and we make a 6-figure annual revenue. And we've put together a guidebook. It's about 70 pages and it walks you through every single thing we learned from the moment we had an idea, all the steps we took to bring it to life, and finally have a successful launch and a successful business that allowed me to quit my day job and do this full time. So here's what we want you to know. You have to keep your app's launch in mind from day one. You have to take everything into consideration when you want someone to download your app. What the design looks like, how user-friendly it is, how many features you put onto that initial version of your app. You cannot expect people to download something that's either they don't know how to use, they open it up and it's so overwhelming. You put every single thing in the kitchen sink in that initial version of your app and people don't even know where to start. That's usually the biggest problem we see. Or it doesn't look pretty. It's just not a good professional looking app. And people do judge books by their covers and they shut it down and delete it. Or it doesn't actually solve the problem that they have. Maybe it solves your problem, but maybe you didn't solve a mass market problem and people need a different solution. So there's so many different things to take into account throughout this entire process of getting it designed and developed in order to have a successful launch. And then of course you have to have a launch strategy. So in our guidebook in module 4, where we talk about launching your app, we review a 7-step strategy to get your app launched. I'm going to very briefly touch upon each of the 7 steps today because you have to purchase the guidebook if you want all the juicy details, of course, but we're going to go ahead and let you know what each of those steps are and give you just a little tidbit of information about them. The first thing that you have to do when you're launching your app is you have to pick the right start date, the right launch date. Duh, Laney, right? Very simple concept. Of course, I'm going to pick the best date to launch my app now, or, the day that it's ready is when I want to launch it. No, okay? Timing is everything when you're launching a business, and a mobile app is a business. Let's talk about the crawfish apps case. Crawfish are seasonal. They are popular in the months of January through the months of June. Sure, sometimes you can find them in November, December, or past June, but there's a crawfish season here in the South. So, had we launched our app that shows people where live and boiled crawfish are located and what the prices are, in November, chances are they would have maybe heard about it and thought, oh wow, cool idea, I'll definitely get this in crawfish season. But in November, they're stuck in football season. Especially, at least in the South, people are all about football or they're getting ready for the holiday season, right? No one's in crawfish mode yet. So it would not have had the same success if we didn't launch it like we did in February, when everybody had time to transition out of the holiday mode into crawfish season and they were excited to hear about an app that made their life easier. If you are launching a fitness app, for example, do not launch your fitness app in December, okay? Even if it's ready, don't do it. And I know what you're thinking. Oh, I'm going to launch it now, and then word will get out by January, and everybody will download it. It's not what's going to happen, because in December, everyone is in holiday mode. They want to eat unhealthy holiday food, right? All the cakes, pies, breads, and candy you can possibly consume. Even us, exercise fanatics, we want to eat like crap in December. We're not worried about fitness. We're going to worry about that in January, right? So if you launch your app in December, no one's going to download it. If you wait 3 weeks and launch it January 1st, you're golden. Everyone is in fitness mode. Everyone wants to get in shape. Now you're going to get downloads of your app. So a very simple concept, huge impact if done correctly. Got it? All right. The second thing we show you how to do is order your swag. And by swag, we mean koozies, visors, tumblers. I've got it all over here. Especially an inexpensive item like a koozie or something that's maybe 25 cents or less that you can purchase in a bulk order that you don't mind giving away for free. And ideally, you'll have your app's logo and you'll put something like download now for whatever your app does. Ours says for live and boiled crawfish prices. You want to just hand these babies out, and you know where you want to hand them out? In step 3, where you're going to schedule appearances at industry events. Sure, it's 2021, it's COVID. We know that most industry events have been canceled all across the board, but we're going to get back to normal soon. And so we're still going to continue to promote this, okay? Go ahead and schedule yourself at these industry events. In our case, for crawfish, typically if you eat crawfish down here in the South, you also like other Southern food like gumbo or jambalaya. So we scheduled appearances at the gumbo cook-offs here, at the jambalaya cook-offs. We paid for a tent, and sure, we cooked some gumbo, and we competed. But you better believe I had a big old box of koozies, and I was handing them out to anyone who would come near me. You have to be shameless when you're launching your app, okay? You have to get the word out. And if you're at an industry event, and by that I just mean something related to your app, people are going to be thrilled to hear about it. This is a solution to a problem that they likely have. So they're going to be really excited to hear about your app idea. So make sure you go to as many of these as you can. The fourth thing we tell you to do is, let's go back to app now. Think about your app store listing. And all that is whenever you go and you search an app in your either Apple App Store or your Google Play Store, when you search for that app, a listing is going to come up. And typically, let's say you search for crawfish, maybe 5 or 6 apps will come up. You want yours to be at the top. You want yours to have awesome screenshots. All the words need to be optimized for search engine optimization. We teach you how to do all of that stuff in the guidebook. Now, the next step, I think we're on 5 at this point, is another obvious one. Create your social media pages. At this time, according to our guidebook, you already have a website created, a very simple, static website that did not cost very much for you to get developed. You could have even done it yourself using a template that's already out there. But anyways, now it's time to get those social media pages. It's 2021. Social media isn't going anywhere. You have to have a presence on Facebook and Instagram. Those are the top 2 sites, right? If you want to tackle Twitter and TikTok and all the other social sites, feel free, but we advise at least having a Facebook and Instagram site. So establish yourself a presence on social media. The next thing we want you to do is find some influencers in your industry who are going to be excited to tell either their followers or their listeners about your app. And to do this, don't just pick some random influencer on Instagram. Look in your local area. Are there any DJs or radio hosts who are in your industry? Are there any maybe popular news social sites who are in your industry who, like I said, their followers would be thrilled to hear about your app? Okay, get with these people and see how you can help each other out by promoting each other's businesses. And then finally, and in my opinion, because I have a marketing and media background, finally, you are going to send out press releases to every media contact in your local area, telling them about your app. And they're going to be excited about it because you launched it you pick the right launch date, okay? The timing is relevant, just how we launched our crawfish app during crawfish season when the news, they were looking to do stories about crawfish season. And what a better story than to tell people about a new mobile app that now shows them all the crawfish places in their area and what their prices are, right? So if you pick the right start date and your app is relevant to that time, we show you exactly how to write a press release, who to send them out to, how to get it noticed, how to get interviews set up, and get you some free media coverage. I will say with the Crawfish app, we were featured in every single local news publication in our area, and that was our top secret to getting as many downloads as we did. Again, this is free. This is just answering the media's phone call and agreeing to do an interview. They do a news story on you, everyone sees it, boom, you have a ton of downloads. It's a no-brainer. So again, we give much more detail in the Roadmap to App guidebook. Head to our website for more information, roadmap2app.com. But that's how you launch an app and have success and get a bunch of downloads. We'd love to hear from you. We'd love to help. So head to our website for more information. Thanks for tuning in today, and stay tuned. Tomorrow is question 10. It's our final video. So we hope to see you there. Thanks.